Am I muted? Can somebody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Me too. Morning.
It's recording, right? Let me share my screen. Okay. What do you see right now? Okay. Welcome to Working Group Apply. This is the 31st, maybe. I think the last sprint was 4 weeks, so hopefully many things. Hey, Kevin?
Yeah.
Can you see my spreadsheet?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, thanks. Good. And this is recording. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's look at what we've done. Yeah, so we decided to not do many things. So that's good. Yeah, we have some detect failure on toleration, so we decided not to do that and to actually remove the toleration. Which means that this line 127 doesn't make any sense anymore, but whatever.
Seems so motivated.
Decide and maybe change if we want to change the apply content type. Yeah, we had a very quick discussion with Jenny about if we want to change the content type and if we want to change the way we are going to do the apply, now is the time to do so. But then we decided we don't have to do it.
Okay.
Fix conversion by going to hub version. Yeah, we had a problem with the conversion not working, and this is fixed. This we don't care anymore.
Yeah, I saw Pierre on that. I think.
On the conversion?
Oh no, okay. What I meant was the group version PR from Jenny.
Yes. Yes. So
yeah, this one. Yeah.
Looks good. It'd be nice if we had like a better test for that though. Because I don't think we have a test. Okay, so I'll add this.
If we make it a task, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have a test. For example, if we go to extension v1 beta 1 deployment to apps v1 deployment, this is the use case that kept failing for us, but we still test that, make sure that it's working, because we had to go from one group, extension v1 beta 1, to another group, apps v1, and we didn't have like the mechanics to do that. So Jenny fixed that, but now if we could test that, it actually goes through the proper conversion as test for multiple version. That's going to be very useful.
Yeah.
Why is it struck? Also, we have 1 month left before code freeze, I think. So we need to be extremely careful and execute very precisely.
Okay. So what does code freeze mean for the Kubernetes repo? Like we got code freezes, but it means we are able to commit code to fix things. How's code freeze mean?
Fix things, but ideally it's over. Like in 1 month, it's done. The code is as is for alpha.
Okay, good.
Yes, that's probably a 3. I'll add Jenny because she's not here. Go away. It's not suggesting. Okay. Okay. then what have we done? Make conflicts into an actual API type. Hey, Kevin, did you have a chance to test this with kubectl?
No, not yet. Damn, yeah. I looked at my task and it wasn't a task, so I forgot.
Okay.
I have to test again. You added stuff to, yeah, can you make a task for me to test it? Yeah. kubectl does it already implement the apply endpoint?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah, then I just have to test it. I guess I first have to get local cluster running again. So
yeah, you need to run a bunch of things. So if you tell me if you want me to do it, though I think it'd be useful for you if you can run the process end to end.
Yeah, I think it would be good to get a local build running for once. So I would at least want to try.
Okay, I can send you instructions on how to do that, on how
that
to
would
run
be
everything.
really good. Yeah.
I have like a bunch of commands that I run and then you're good to
Yeah,
go.
that would be cool. You're using Bazel as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because most commands are not using it, so I'm always trying to figure my way through.
Yeah, same. It's much better.
Yeah.
Optimize conversion. Okay, yeah, so we have a function to convert from one version to another, and it wasn't even checking that the destination version is the same as the origin version. And so we are doing converting from typed object to runtime object, and then convert to
I saw the PR, yeah.
and then converting back, blah, 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 all for nothing. So now we have a shim that says, don't do anything if it's already the proper version.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's for what we've done. Now, problems. Make CR handler for field manager. Okay, so we have a test now for apply, which goes through the entire workflow. You have a conflict, you can resolve the conflict, you can force everything. So that's working well. We don't have that for CRDs. So I tried to write a new test for CRDs. Obviously, it's failing pretty terribly. It's crashing because we don't have the models, the Open API. Which means since we don't have the Open API, we can create a typed value or a typed object. But all the operations we do are done on typed objects. So nothing works and nothing can work. So we need to figure out how to do that.
That's critical for before code freeze, right? Because we need.
And so we talked to people, Jordan, Eric Tune, and they all say you need CRDs to be alpha and to merge back in master.
Yeah.
So we absolutely need to do that before merging back in master. We talked with yesterday. I think this is like one of the last pieces we need before we merge to master. So we really want to focus on that. We discussed with Jenny on how to fix that, and we think that what'd be nice is to create a schema based on the current object. So if you send an object, we're going to try and guess the schema based on the object you sent.
Okay.
Does it make sense? Because all the needs a schema, and we don't want to change all the code to say, hey, do you have a schema? Don't you have a schema? Maybe do something different. We want to keep this the same. The merge code transform to a set. Everything is built to use a schema. We don't want to change this code ideally. So what we're going to do is that we'll create a schema based on the object. And so then we can.
But only if we got no schema, right?
Only if we don't have a schema, yes. Yeah. So I expect this should be pretty easy. If you find a string, you assume it's a string. If you find a list, you assume it's a list. If you have a key name, then you can make it associative on the name. So Jenny is going to work on that. So I'll add an item.
Do you want to guess it every time, or do you want to? Is there a way to cache it in the existing schemas?
Yeah, I think we'll have to. So here's the thing. That's a good question, and we have to think about that. We have two objects, and they might look very different. but they need to have the same schema to be merged. So what we'll probably do is that we'll generate schema for one, we'll generate schema for the other object, and then we'll probably merge the two schema together to decide what is the schema these two objects live in. So that's going to be sort of tricky. And also we need to be careful about conversion, because an object can be converted from one version to another. What happens in this case? What do we need to merge the schema together again or whatnot? We don't know for sure. So
how do you want to handle if you apply an object, the schema gets generated because there is none, and then it was wrong, and then you apply the different object? Do you have to use force, and do we have to override schemas if we use force, or how do you want to handle schema changes?
Yeah, so I think what we'll do is that when we merge the schemas together, we'll take the new schema as the reference. And so if you have a new schema because you changed the object in a way that is different, completely different, then we'll use this new object as the official schema. It's probably going to generate some conflicts, and if it does, then obviously you have to force. If it doesn't, because you haven't changed anything critical, then you probably are not going to get a conflict, and it's going to work.
How do schemas work if you send an incomplete object, like only the fields you want to apply?
Yeah, well, I guess it's going to generate a small schema, and then it's going to be, this small schema is going to be merged with the schema for the entire.
Yeah, okay, merge it then, yeah. Okay.
So that's going to create this big schema, but we'll prefer the version that is just applied. Right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm too happy with overriding a schema without user feedback or having to force it. Well, okay, if nothing changes, okay, but if we save the schema, just overriding it might be dangerous, because I know a lot of people who send broken objects all the time in environment variables and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but that's the problem with CRDs. You can send whatever you want. If you want to make sure you don't send,
okay.
If you want to make sure you send valid objects, you need to use the validation field.
Oh, okay, then, yeah, okay.
Then, as soon as you have the validation field, we are not going to guess anything.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to use this validation field for doing everything, to do everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, then, okay.
Okay, so Jenny's working on that. I'll be working on changing the interface, change the interface in k/k to call these mechanisms. Okay, yeah. So we need to change the interface with the type converter, version converter. We'll have to change all these interfaces to generate the schema when appropriate. So I'll fix this. And are we missing something? What is the feature you're currently doing, Kevin?
I think there is no task for. I started with it. Well, I started 5 minutes ago, so you know how my day went. And I'm currently looking at how to get the user agent in the various in patch. So I'm on this, but we got no task for it, I think.
Okay, I'll add one. We also considered if we should use JSON paths for error or for the API, and we decided that we should focus on the CRDs for now.
Yeah.
So I'm moving that out. Workflow IDs. Okay, 144, I think might be it.
And for the upgrade task, there should be one. At least I think I remember one. Because the other part you mentioned I could do was server half of the upgrade annotation to field sets.
Oh yeah, we have that somewhere. I think it's 145. Do you want me to move it up?
I don't know how critical it is for alpha.
I think it'd be nice.
Have you discussed this, or is there a document on how this should work? Because
I think we had a document at some point. Jenny wrote a document about that.
Yeah, one question on this.
About that.
You at least had compatibility one.
So I think we need to rethink about that, because since apply is mostly sending a patch.
Yeah, the way I had written it in the document for this upgrade was it would make a field set from the last apply, and then use owner reference, and then basically put all the other fields into it.
So, but we would have to do that on the patch JSON SMP, right? When do we do that?
When someone applies.
So on the SMP.
Yes.
I would assume. SMP or JSON patch or merge patch.
I think it's SMP structure. No, we would do it on the apply type patch.
Okay. So you wait. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So if you do an apply, does it actually matter? So see, I'm not even sure it matters. Like, so the first aim. What problem are we trying to fix?
When someone has a last applied and we wanted to, well, we had actually talked about not doing it for before we merged.
Yeah, I know. So Kevin is working on the fixing the workflow ID, which is terrible right now. But I thought it could work on that after, because if we have it, I think it'd be nice. But I'm not even sure what scenario we're considering where it's going to be a problem.
If someone has an object that they're already applying to with last applied.
Okay.
And they want to start using applied.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Okay.
They're going to get a conflict the first time because all the fields are owned by something else.
Right.
If they force, they're going to own the fields the first time, and then that's it.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, but then they'll have to force. So I guess
the first time, yeah.
Not.
Yeah, I don't think we should focus on this specific problem then. Right, if this is what we're trying to fix, we could say, hey, you just have to force the first time.
Yeah, that's interesting that it would have fixed itself, kind of, since the, because since the old apply is using SMP, it's still keeping track of the managed fields. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, sort of.
Okay. So it's going to have a managed fields and last applied code. When someone uses applied currently. Yeah. So we need to think maybe about the interaction between the two. Like, what if they apply sometimes with apply and sometimes with the new apply and sometimes with the old apply? Yeah. Do we actually care so much about this use case? Like, maybe we should reconsider this document. Yeah. So the way we've sort of implemented it.
That would be
Yeah. So Kevin, yes, once you're done with the workflow, I think you can work on that if you want. I would not start by implementing, but I would go back to the document and I see the different scenarios. And I think when you bought the document, it was based on the previous design.
It was, well, it was based on the idea we would only have either one last applied or managed fields, but it seems like since it's just using this, it would actually have both.
Okay.
Cool. One question on updates or upgrades in general. Is there some kind of migration happening when you upgrade Kubernetes? Like this etcd files, do we add the managed fields to objects when upgrading Kubernetes itself, or is it only happening if you reapply objects?
It's only when we reapply objects right now.
Okay.
But I think if we weren't putting in like beta, we might want.
I'm not sure I got it.
Like when you upgrade Kubernetes or when you enable the feature for the first time, everything has empty managed fields.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because if the feature is not enabled, the API server cleans the field on every request. So it's always going to be clean.
So then what?
And if you disable and re-enable, it's probably, well, it depends what you have on etcd, but.
Yeah, he's saying if we enable it, should it put in a manage fields for all of them, for everything?
As soon as they get changed.
As soon as they get changed. Well, no.
Yeah, I didn't even know if there's like a migration process in Kubernetes itself that says, okay, I got new fields, I added to etcd. So that was.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think it's mostly fine.
That's kind of an issue with Kubernetes already, I think.
Yeah, but in this case, it's probably gonna be okay.
It'll just be like no one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody starts running them. Yeah. Which means also, since the controller only owns what it changes, they're gonna start owning them slowly. But I guess it's fine.
Some use update, right? Some use like get an update.
Yes.
So those ones would take everything.
No.
That they
because
change.
we do a diff and we only own what is in the diff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that's okay. It means many fields are gonna be dangling, like owned by no one. But that's okay. It means they're up for grab.
That makes sense.
Okay, what's next? I mean, I think if we do all of that, we should be good. And then more testing, of course.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, it's 9:53, so I guess we're good. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone.
One thing, when you do like, as I'm in the members group now, if you do PRs, will I get mentioned or assigned automatically, or how? Because I'm sometimes keeping track by searching in GitHub, but
oh, you want to be assigned for like PRs?
At least looking at them and seeing what's happening, because I check out the repo and I see 15 new commits. I know nothing about them. Just to keep track.
We can assign you now, or even CC you, which we couldn't do before.
That would be cool.
I think when we push a PR, we make sure we CC you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
If needed.
Great.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that. I'd even make a note of that. Kevin to review us. Yes.
Great.
Cool. Thank you, Kevin.
Then take care.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.